Hi, I'm Reverend Durrell Watkins. I'm the senior pastor here at Sunshine Cathedral, and we want to do a commentary today on some of the gay marriage things that have been going on in the U.S. recently. We have a special guest today, Reverend Pat Bumgardner. She is the pastor of MCC New York, and so we'll just be dialoguing a little bit today about the gay marriage victories that have been won and some of the fallout. Pat, we know that Vermont just passed gay marriage. I was actually a little surprised. I wasn't surprised that the governor vetoed, but I was surprised that they were able to override the veto. So that was very exciting. And then before that, Iowa, just days before Iowa, that was a huge surprise to the Midwest. And then with the Prop 8, that had sort of repealed California, so that was kind of a setback.
DC also,
yes, DC, right, and then Connecticut, and before they did gay marriage, they had civil unions, Vermont. So there's been, with the exception of Vermont, in the Northeast anyway, really some good progress. And I understand that there may be some hope for another northeastern state.
That's
Can you tell us what that's about?
Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., Governor Patterson from New York State has announced a press conference to talk about his programmatic marriage equality bill. And he's invited several of us to be present for that. So we're hopeful. There's mixed perspectives on what it might lead to. Of course, some people say the timing is not correct, that the votes aren't present in the legislature. But I'm not sure the timing is ever correct, and we've been waiting a long time. And interestingly enough, Mayor Bloomberg has said he's in support, which he's back and forth with that. But right now, today, he's in support, so I say have the press conference while he's there on top of it.
Right.
And I think with the switch in power in the legislature in New York State, it just may be possible.
Now, I should tell people that you're a doctoral candidate at the Episcopal Divinity School. You're the pastor of one of our larger churches in the Metropolitan Community Churches movement, and you chair MCC's Global Justice Team. So you're sort of the perfect authority to ask this next question, and that is, what is the theological importance? Why is it that we're sitting here in Colorado? Why are we chiming in on this? Why is it important that we talk about same-gender marriage? Why is this an issue for us? Why are we supporting it? Why is it a big deal to us? Why is this a pastoral issue?
I think it's a pastoral issue because the underlying issue, if you will, for us is who is a human being, who is a real human being, who is a child of God, who deserves equal and full treatment as a human being in this world. It's not just about marriage equality. It's about relational equality. It's about who deserves to have health care. It's about whose families count, whose children should be considered when curriculums are being decided in school systems. It's about who gets health care coverage on their partner's benefit plan. I mean, it's a broader issue here of human equality, and this is just one avenue.
Right. It's very significant, I think, that there is still this one community in our culture, in our country, where discrimination is acceptable, not only acceptable, but considered moral or holy in some people, that we have discrimination written into state constitutions, preached from the pulpits. It can decide presidential elections. That this really is about how human are same-gender loving people going to be considered to be in this free and advanced country.
Well, and you named the other issue. The other issue there is what constitutes a moral stand in this nation and really in this world, and can religion be used to define immorality in ways that exclude people from basic equality in living. So I think it's important for people of faith to weigh in on this and say, you know what? The Bible does not condemn same-gender relationships or same-gender loving. And you know what? God made us exactly as we are. And you know what? That's reason enough to treat us as equal human beings.
the issue is also, I think, that people don't want to be told that they have to believe something or accept something in their churches. And so I always want people to know, you know what, if you just can't bless us, if you can't recognize us, if you can't say, congratulations for us, then don't do that. Don't. I do a pet blessing for St. Francis Day. I'll bless anything. I'll bless anyone. I'll certainly bless mutual love. But if you don't want to do that, that's your business. But why keep that from the legal structure? Why keep us from being legally able to be full citizens and have all the rights that everyone else does? If you don't want to say a prayer over that, that is your right to discriminate. But why keep us from having full inclusion in our own country?
Well, exactly.
And charge us taxes for the on top of it.
Ostensibly, we believe in the separation of church and state, and I think that's a very important separation.
Yes.
If people do not choose to do our weddings, they don't have to.
Exactly. I fully support people wanting to be as personally mean as they wish to be, but don't legislate that meanness,
Right.
Because
Exactly.
we're tax-paying people, we're citizens. Adult mutual relationships should be allowed to flourish. I mean, there's so much hate and anxiety and ugliness in the world. Wherever love even has a chance, why not give it some support?
Yeah.
And then the churches that want to say a prayer over that, go ahead. Those that don't, you can send them to us. We'll be glad to do it. But I hope that what we're seeing now in the Northeast, I hope this is the beginning of a paradigm shift and a culture change, and where we can really, Canada's taken the lead, some European countries have taken the lead. I hope we can catch up and become a leader on what I think is the moral high ground on this issue.
I agree. I was with Reverend Perry over the Easter weekend, our founder, and his position is that the battle's over. These are just skirmishes. We've won.
I hope so. From his lips to God's ears. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this commentary. There will be more in the future, and we want to say thanks again to Reverend Pat Bumgardner for joining us as we talk about these exciting new developments in the area of gay marriage here in the U.S.